Hey guys, how are y'all? So today I am going to review Maurene Goo's I Believe in a Thing Called Love, and it was so cute. With Valentine's Day coming up, a YA romance was definitely what I needed. Let's be real, I've been reading a lot of romance lately, but it was super duper cute. It came very highly recommended. It's had all kinds of really good reviews, and so I gave in and was not a bad idea. So it is about Desi Lee, who lives with her dad, and her mom passed away when she was little. And Desi Lee is Korean American, and she is your all around like good girl. She gets straight A's. She's in all of the extracurriculars. She's student council president. She's like president of all of the clubs that she's in. She's not that great of a driver, but you can't be perfect at everything. She's a star soccer player, and she is on track to go to Stanford and be valedictorian of her class. And she already has her plan that, like, once she gets into Stanford, she's going to go to medical school, and then she's going to be a neurosurgeon like her mom was before she passed away. And so Desi's just on track. Like, she has a plan. She knows what she needs to do to be successful. She makes lists. She has steps. She knows what she needs to do. Except when it comes to boys. She just has really bad luck when it comes to boys. And so that's been the one thing that, like, does not go well in her life. And so one day, after a particularly embarrassing moment with a boy, she goes home and just wallows in self pity watching K dramas. Now, if you don't know what a K drama is, it is a Korean drama, like a novella or a soap opera, kind of like K-pop, how it's Korean pop, but this is Korean dramas. And Appa, her dad, is obsessed with them. And so one day, after this particularly embarrassing moment, Desi goes home and just spends an entire weekend binge watching three K dramas, and they're about, I think she says they're between 10 and 15 episodes per show. So they're a set number of episodes in a season or in a show, and she binge watches three of them straight through all weekend. And while she does that, she makes a list of steps that she has to follow that, according to these K dramas, is how she will get her boyfriend. And so she meets Luca, and Luca is this dreamy, dark, and broody, arty boy that is not the type of boy that you would think she would go for. He's been arrested. He's an artist, which is a complete opposite of what Desi can do. He's been arrested for graffiti. He tags. He's not exactly what you would want for her, but he is quite perfect for her. And so she decides that she's going to follow her K drama steps and make him fall in love with her. And she's going to get her first boyfriend before she goes to college. And so she does it. And of course, this can't go well. Like, you're the whole time you're reading it, you're like, this can't work. Like, no, it can't. But it kind of does. But the whole time that she's not really manipulating, but the whole time that she is making these steps happen and getting to know Luca, it's in the back of her mind that this is weird and it shouldn't be a thing, but it is. I'm going to get into some spoilers right now. So I'm going to hold the book up. And if you don't want to hear the spoilers, then you can mute me or like fast forward. And then when I hold the book up again and like do the book shimmy, then you'll know it's safe. Okay, so spoilers ahead. You've got 2 seconds to pause or mute me. Two, one. Okay, so of course she gets this to happen, and she and Luca just fall for each other, and they have the cutest first kiss. And he wants to prove to her that she cannot control everything all of the time, and he really loves that she's a nerd. And they're so cute together, the way that they're so opposite, but they complete each other, and it just works. And of course, this can't go well. So after she kind of discovers a little more about Luca, and she meets his family, and she learns about his background with girls, there's one night where she's just feeling really shitty. Sorry. And she misses an interview for Stanford because she went to help him. And so she's just kind of feeling like crap, and she doesn't really want to do anything. And so she's at home and she tells him that she's sick. And so he comes over to make her feel better. And they're playing, and he runs up to her room and locks her out. And while he does that, he finds the notebook where she's keeping the list of steps to make him fall for her from the K dramas. And so, of course, everything blows out of proportion, but both sides are right. I mean, she was trying to do it and she had no ill will. There were no bad intentions here, but it's weird and he feels like he's being manipulated. And so he leaves her, and then it's prom. And so we all know that like when something goes wrong, there has to be this big gesture so that to get the other person back. And so she does have her big gesture and it's so cute, but it does go a little awry. Of course, this wouldn't be teen romance if it didn't. And it wouldn't be nerdy girl romance if something didn't go wrong. And so, of course, something goes wrong and then everything goes right and they get back together in the end. And it was so super cute and perfect, but all does not always go well all the time. So I'm going to bring in the people who didn't want to hear the spoilers. So holding the book up, this is your signal. And so you can bring the sound back on in 2, 1. All right. So people who didn't want to hear the spoilers, welcome back. So everyone else just heard all the spoilers that happen in the book. And so it ends a little after prom and you hear about graduation and you find out if Desi does in fact get into Stanford, and if their relationship works out. And it was super duper cute. I really, really enjoyed this book. My favorite part though was when Luca comes over to Desi's house and she and her dad make ramen. Not like that crappy ramen where like you have the little packet and you just boil water and throw in the noodles and you're good. Like the good kind of ramen where you go to a restaurant and there's pork or chicken and they have all the good stuff and they put an egg in it. Oh, it's so good. And they make it. And so it's really cool to read the process of how they make real Korean ramen. And so I'm definitely going to try it now. So thank you, Maurene Goo, because I'm totally going to try this now. I love ramen. And it was really fun. It was just a really fun book to read. And another really cool part of it is here at the end, you get the ultimate guide to the ultimate K-drama starter guide. So if after reading this, you decide that you want to go watch some K-dramas like me, I'm definitely going to be streaming some now. There's a guide for where to start. And so I'm really excited about that. So overall, it was really, really good. Definitely 5 stars. Definitely recommended for anyone, not just nerdy girls like me who like teen romance. Like for anyone, it's really fun. Not really corny at all. It was maybe like 5% corny, but overall, so good. Loved it. Maurene Goo, you made a masterpiece. It is amazing. Way to go. That's it for y'all, guys. Have a great night. Bye.